Hey guys, Rob with Next Gen Writer here. So you can see right here on the Alien Writer M2 Pro what we're dealing with in the Philippines. So you know what that means. It's going to be another office video. So what I thought I'd talk about today is some tips and tricks for setting up CarPlay with a motorcycle smart screen. So we'll start with the device. I'll give you a review of kind of the navigation before we make adjustments. On the icon panel, you're going to have 8 icons per panel. And we'll swipe left and we'll go to the home panel. And then here are the widgets. So the widgets you can swipe up and down. All right, so let's adjust those. So we'll go over to settings. We can find them. There we go. And we'll go into display and turn on smart display zoom. So you're going to see it's going to reset the display. And now things have kind of zoomed out and things have gotten a bit smaller. So let me show you what that looks like on the navigation screen. So now we have 10 icons per panel with things slightly smaller. On the home page, the main panel or the navigation panel gets slightly bigger. These get a bit smaller, so that could be useful. And then on the widgets panel, they stack them. So now we have widgets on the left and the right, and we can scroll our widgets on each side. Now keep in mind, this working depends on the display resolution. The Alien Writer is a 1440 by 720. On AIO-6, this does not make much of a change, if at all. I think it's a 1280 by 720. Anyway, so it's screen size dependent whether or not Apple can optimize and adjust the layout and give you any difference. So keep that in mind. So we'll go back to settings. And now, what do I want to talk about next? We'll jump into appearance. So here you just have settings, automatic or always dark. I run mine in automatic. That's a pretty standard setting. Customize icons. You might not be aware of this one. So you can choose dark icons and you can make those auto switching or always dark. And then you have clear icons. So that's what they look like, clear. You can select dark and then they look something like this. And you can also toggle those for auto setting based on time of day. Now, to be honest, I don't like any of those, so I'm going to stay with default. So we'll come out of there. Next you have wallpaper, pretty generic. Apple gives you choices of wallpaper that you get what they give you. Display, I think we covered this. You can toggle the album artwork on and off there as well. Okay, next is accessibility. This is an important one. There's a lot of cool features in here. So one thing you can do is you can turn on color filters. So you go into color filters, you can turn those on, and then you can choose from red, green, red, and blue, yellow filters. I'll just jump through them real quickly, see if the camera picks them up. I like the blue, yellow for my eyes. For visibility, and then you can change the intensity from low, medium to high. I think I'll just go ahead and leave it on at medium and we'll back out of there. And it's just a small change, but it may help improve visibility of the screen for you. Next, after color filters, we have text size. So you can go 110%, 120, 135. I'll select 135 and we'll back out. And you can see the text gets bigger. And for those of you guys that strain to read text, this could be a pretty good thing. I'm okay with the size. I'm going to go back to default. But what I like is the bolding of text. So I select bold text, and now you can see the text has become bold, and that happens everywhere on the device. I think I accidentally toggled voice control. I'm going to go there next. So voice control can be useful. Turn it back on, and let me show you how that works. We'll go to the main screen. We're in the icon panel, and now we'll tell the device, Swipe right. Swipe right. Swipe right. And now we're all the way to the leftmost panel. So here we can also do the same navigation with the widgets. Swipe up. Swipe up. Swipe down. So you kind of want to isolate your speech when you do that. Make sure it understands the command. So that can be handy. So we'll go back in. The only other thing on accessibility, this is visual indications for sound recognition. You can turn that on and you can toggle like car horns and sirens. In my experience, it hasn't worked all that great. It will pick them up occasionally, and I think the iPhone actually has like dogs barking. That's probably the one that worked the best, to be honest. I turned it on my phone for a while, and here in the Philippines, it's a bit of a problem. And I would get 10, 15, 20 alerts for dogs barking, you know, within a couple of hours sometimes. You have baby crying also. The car horn did work a little bit with YouTube video testing with an audio file, but I'm not going to demo that. It's really hit and miss on that. I don't use sound recognition, so we'll come out of there. And that's it for accessibility. Live activities. Okay, this is a cool one. So I'll turn that on. And now let me just get out of settings and I'll show you how this works. So this works with Siri. So we'll ask Siri, Siri, who won the Boston Red Sox game last night?
The Red Sox were defeated in 10 innings by the Phillies yesterday. The final score was 3-2.
So this box here at the bottom of the screen is the live activity. So it gives you a little bit of extra information visually at the bottom of the screen. It could be helpful. You have to figure out whether you like it or not. I'll give you another example. Hey Siri, what's the weather like in Baguio, Philippines today?
Looks like rain in Baguio today. Daytime temperatures will hover around 19 degrees with overnight lows around 18.
So I can tell you the Chat GPT app that I installed asks me for live activities permission. So it's a new permission class, and we're going to see more apps making use of this. Now Apple's putting restrictions on that. It can't be a distraction, but we can get some basic additional information. So it'd be cool to see what the developers come up with there with the live activities feature. I think that's the last one. That's pretty much it. You can go into silent mode here in settings. I think there was something about text messages. Where was that? I think that's in Apple Intelligence Siri. Okay, automatically send messages. You may want to turn this on. So if you ask Siri to, dictate a message to Siri and then ask her, want to send the message. Normally there will still be a pop-up, so a pop-up would come up and you'd have to confirm with your finger to send the message. You can turn this on and the message will be sent automatically. The pop-up will still pop up. You just kind of wait on it a second, and then if it doesn't, no interaction, then it's just going to go ahead and send the message. So that's something in the Apple Intelligence and Siri option that you might want to turn on. So there you have it. That's my down and dirty quick overview of what's cool, what works. Whoops, let's go there. With CarPlay on motorcycle smart screens. So again, most of those features other than the zoom should work with regardless of the device you're mirroring to from your iPhone. And some pretty useful stuff there. Play with it and check it out. All right, thanks for watching.